right, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, fighting out of the blue corner this evening, he weighs in at 134.8 pounds. He's from Bonita, Oklahoma. Give it up for Ethan Charles. His opponent tonight, fighting from across the cage out of the red corner this evening. He weighs in at 134.6 pounds, fighting out of Lawrence, Kansas. Please welcome Marcus Jacobs.
Right here. Okay, fellas, give you a short stretch. You got any questions? Any questions? You touch them up, go all the way back. All the way back, come out to fight.
Referee Mike England getting ready to start the fight here as he checks with the judges, and we are ready to go in our first night of Shamrock Fighting Championships Meltdown. They touch gloves, and Marcus comes out and takes the center of the cage. He definitely is looking to work his boxing stance here. He's kind of working those ones and twos as he's coming through.
Both guys in a southpaw stance.
How hard is that to deal with fighting the same side like that?
It's not too bad. He should be normal. There's actually a lot of southpaws in boxing, so it shouldn't be a very big issue for either guys.
Marcus Jacobs definitely is throwing that quick jab. Was able to duck the right hand.
Yeah, pretty surprising so far. Charles is content to
big,
stand up
big
with Jacobs.
Jab. Looking to possibly take it to the ground.
Now he hit a big shot. Definitely shot right under, straight to mount. Very good position for Charles. Now he wants to keep this position, trying to get a strong base, keep this position so he can posture up and throw some punches.
Marcus Jacobs on the bottom is looking to try to move and get out of this mount position. This is bad. He's locking up that arm and trying to take the rollover, but it's not working out real well for him.
Jacobs is actually doing a pretty good job of minimizing the damage Charles can do by moving a lot, attempting reversals a lot, keeping him from really landing any really damaging punches.
Now we're looking at Ethan coming in to try to soften him up a bit.
Now Charles is posturing up, landing some big punches.
This is definitely not where the boxer wanted to be at this point in the round.
No, this is a boxer's worst nightmare, being mounted and just getting punches rained down on you. Bad spot to be in. Jacobs doesn't really look to have an answer. He needs to be shrimping. He needs to try and get two hands on one knee, get back to half guard, something, get out of this position.
We are 1 minute left here in round one of the very first match at Shamrock Fighting Championships.
Charles looks to be taking a little bit of a rest. He's been throwing a lot of punches.
And he's gonna roll over and take Jacobs back. He is working, must work to get those hooks in.
Charles has one hook in, now right back to mount.
He is landing some
big right hands.
Big hands. We are coming up on 30 seconds left here.
Charles has done a very good job to get his knees under the armpits of Jacobs, where Jacobs doesn't have any control with his hips to buck him up. It's a very strong position for Charles to do a lot of damage.
Yeah, Jacobs at this point, if he can't reach out and shrimp out the back, he needs to reach up, grab those arms, pull him down, try to run out the clock here as we get the 10-second mark.
He's got 10 seconds. Looks like he's going to survive the round, but he's taking a lot of damage. Looking for the armbar. Looking for the armbar. He might have that.
And time. We have made it into round two. He survived the armbar attempt.
Wow. If Charles would have gone for that armbar 2 or 3 seconds earlier, I think he would have finished the fight. That was very, very close to a fight-finishing armbar right there. Very dominant round from Charles.
Now, what do we need to see from Marcus Jacobs? If you were in his corner, what are you telling him?
Well, the reason Jacobs got taken down so easily is because he overcommitted on his punches. He gave Charles a very easy takedown. Charles just timed the punches and shot right under for an easy takedown.
And he comes in with a definite big slam here.
Absolutely, that was all set up by Jacobs overcommitting on his punches. He needs to be very careful. That's a big problem for boxers coming into MMA. You overcommit on your punches and give your opponent an easy takedown.
Looking ready here. Now we're going to keep this up. We are ready to begin round 2 here of the first match at Shamrock Fighting Championships.
If I'm in Jacob's...
Evidently there was a little bit of stuff on the floor, so we have the spilled bag of ice, Kevin.
Oh, that is a foul in the corner.
Referee Mike Englund, of course, on top of the action, making sure that nobody slips on the canvas.
That is very dangerous. A slick canvas can give up a takedown that somebody didn't deserve.
And here we go. Jacobs immediately goes back to that boxing stance.
He's going to want to move around. He's going to want to stay light on his feet, those short, crisp punches, and not overcommit like he did earlier to give that easy takedown.
Now, Charles seems a little bit flat-footed coming out of this round as he lands a right hand.
He might be a little tired. He did a lot of work in that first round. He was throwing a lot of big punches from Mount. Charles has his hands down, which I think is a bad idea against a good boxer.
Jacob still has great footwork coming into the second round.
Ooh, big hooks. Both guys trade big hooks. Jacob's staying a little bit still.
Yet again.
Jacobs needs to keep staying light, keep that movement going.
I believe that was the first kick we've seen of the fight now. Charles coming in still looking quite flat-footed, though, here. He's dropping his hands quite a bit. Could he have punched himself out in that first round?
Definitely. He could be tired. He threw a lot of big shots from the mount there, and he's worked really hard to keep that position. Jacobs was really making him work to keep that good mounted position.
Now, Jacobs is showing a whole lot more footwork in this round than he did in the first, so I think he's been able to avoid anything that could have even assembled a takedown yet.
Absolutely. He's been staying away, staying light, and to be honest, Charles isn't really being very aggressive at the moment. He might be getting a little breather.
Yeah, he told us in the beginning that he does have good cardio, but that was a lot of punches thrown in that first round.
We're about halfway through the round, Jeremy. We haven't seen a whole lot of action so far.
Now, that makes this round a little bit hard to call here, I would think, as we are entering in.
Yeah, I have the round even so far. One of the guys needs to really step up and do something to win this round.
Oh, big
there's
shots.
Jacobs throwing some punches and defending well. Charles is a little high. Jacobs needs to post his butt up and stand up from here.
We have 1 minute left here in round 2.
Charles doesn't have a hook in, and he's very, very high.
Now,
Jacobs should be able to escape this position and end up on top.
But
he needs to watch his arm.
Charles is routing for an arm bar here.
Absolutely. Jacobs needs to be very careful of that arm. Charles might have that arm extended.
Oh, you can see Jacobs starting to wince a bit in pain.
Jacobs needs to come around the backside.
We have 30 seconds left here in this round. Will he be able to survive this arm bar?
And there's a tap.
Tap out, yes.
Very nice job by Charles. Jacobs just didn't defend that good enough. You know, he could have stepped around. He had the position. He left that arm out there and let Charles take it.
We can definitely chalk that one up to a bit of inexperience in the mixed martial arts world. His boxing looked very crisp, but not so much when it hit the ground.
Absolutely. That's why you have to be a complete fighter in MMA. You can't just be a boxer. You can't just be a wrestler. You can't just be a jiu-jitsu fighter. You have to be very well versed in every aspect of MMA to be successful.
Right. He got the tap out right there. As you can see, you can tap with your feet, people. That is also completely acceptable.
You can tap. You can yell. The ref will stop the fight. If you yell out in pain, that referee's going to stop the fight. That is a verbal tap.
Ethan Charles doing a great job to move his record now to 2-1, adding a submission to the resume.
Very nice job by Charles. He was very patient in the stand-up and got that takedown and got the submission.
All right, let's send it up to the cage to Stephen Bear for our results.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this bout has ended. 2 minutes and 34 seconds of round number 2. Due to a tap out by armbar, your winner out of the blue corner. Give it up for Ethan Charles.